Peace and blessings to the chosen. Shalom. First and foremost, all praises going on and be unto Yahweh Bashem El Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Citations to Akim, pushing his truth, sincerity, and charity indeed on the brother Yalad. Responding to this image here, stating women in public, and it's a comparison in 1960 and 2025. And this picture is just bad. The truth of the matter is, obesity is really, it's a real big problem here in the U.S. And it's bad. Like, Americans are extremely obese, not just morbidly, but extremely obese, to the point where they have shows called My 300-Pound Life, My 600-Pound Life, and it's just, this is folly. So Matthew 17:21, it says, "Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting." So often in the scriptures you see prayer and fasting are good ways to fight demons, and they go good together. Tobit 12:8, prayer is good with fasting and alms for righteousness. So, fasting can go a long way. In fact, fasting is the best way to lose weight. It is the number one way to lose weight. More than cardio, more than working out, more than eating healthy, more than getting a proper amount of sleep. And everything I just listed, those are ways you can lose weight. But fasting is the number one. I tell you this, I got sick not that long ago, some kind of stomach bug. It was horrible, I ain't gonna lie. Had me shivering cold, then wake up and extremely hot, sweating hot, and I was throwing up. But throughout that 24 interval of just straight fasting, that 24-hour period, because I couldn't eat for nothing, I lost 10 pounds. 10 pounds just by fasting and resting and sleeping. And there are certain things that you also can't ignore the fact that in the U.S., a lot of food is pumped to be addictive, pumped to be fattening, pumped is with giving all these unnatural ingredients. When the Lord made natural remedies, natural teas, natural herbs that can suffice the body. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach 38:4. The Lord had created medicines out of earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Right? So he as wise won't abhor them, as to like hate them or ignore them or despise them. Okay? So there's natural things you can do to enjoy what the Lord has made. But we also have to understand we eat to live. We don't live to eat. But a lot of these people that are battling obesity, they're living to eat, or they're depressed, and their coping mechanism is eating. You see what I'm saying? So the Sirach 30 it's a lot of precepts I want to get out of Sirach 30. But what fasting also does for you is a discipline in itself. Cutting something off, it doesn't even have to be food sometimes. It's a practice of discipline. And discipline will lead you to not look like that on the right. That's awful. Nobody wants to look like that. That's horrible. And I tell you what, people that are built like that, you know what? They get a lot of issues in their body. They get a lot of heart failure, a lot of lung failure. Their respiratory system fails on them. Their blood vessels is failing on them because they gotta pump all this blood and all this oxygen throughout their thick layers of fat, holding them back, making their body work 10 times harder. You see what I'm saying? Their health is not a good estate. Sirach 30:8, a horse not broken will become headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful. So the thing about discipline is that it prevents you from being hard-headed, from being willful. You know, simple discipline. You're not eating chips and cake before you go to bed. You see what I'm saying? That will shave you a lot of weight. In fact, you shouldn't be really eating at all before you go to sleep. You shouldn't, because that's a fast way to gain weight too. You shouldn't. The body, it needs to rest. When you go to sleep, the digestive system all of that is muscle. The intestines, the stomach, it's all muscle. And you're not letting it rest during sleep. So what are you doing? You're laying up more fat and laying up more weight. When your body is well rested, when you don't eat before you sleep, and they say meat is supposed to be 6 to 8 hours before you go to bed. All other solid foods like fruits, vegetables, that's supposed to be 4 hours. And any liquids, water, juice, 30 to 45 minutes. There's certain things you're not supposed to eat before you go to bed. When you wake up, you'll actually feel rejuvenated. You'll actually feel energized. You'll actually feel healthy and good, because your entire GI tract has been arrested the entire time, right? The heart is a muscle. It needs rest, and you're not letting it rest. They just keep shoving down food and shoving down bull crap, greasy donuts and cookies, till they've just become a big storage of fat. Skipping down to verse 14, Sirach 30 and 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Health and good estate of the body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. There is no riches above a sound body, no joy above the joy of the heart. Death is better than a bitter life of continual sickness. Right, so you have to, all health really goes into each other in a sense. Physical health, your mental health, your social health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, all health go into each other. And when you have a not so sound mind, when you're depressed and you just eat any garbage, you know what I'm saying? The scripture says, skip in this chapter, verse 25, a cheerful and a good heart will have care of his meat and diet. So when you have a mentality of you don't care, you don't, when the mind ain't well, the body ain't well. You see what I'm saying? Verse 21, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolonging his days. Love thine own soul, comfort thy heart, remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow had killed many, and there is no profit therein. So yeah, all that emotional eating, that's crazy. You eating because you're bored. Go read a book. Go for a run. Do some push-ups. You're eating because you're bored or because you're sad. Are you kidding me? Sirach 37:27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life. See what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. And what does it also say? Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. For excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. What is surfeiting? What is surfeiting? Give that to me. Give me that. How is it spelled? Okay. Surfeiting. Excess quantity. Immoderate behavior. Unhealthy overindulgence. Gluttony. Especially in food and drink. Excess. Arrogance. Over. Surfeiting will turn into choler. And that word choler, I believe that's going into your just your GI in general. But it also is like the colon, says in the etymology again. Bile, huh? But like this is just referring to the GI tract, the gastrointestinal tract. You're gonna have issues in your gestation, your issues in your the GI, gastrointestinal, from stomach, and really from esophagus to intestines to basically rectum. You're gonna have issues, okay? And what does the last verse say? By surfeiting, many have perished. Perished. But he that taketh good heed prolongeth his life. So if you live this unhealthy lifestyle and then another thing too, sometimes, hey bro, turn the phone off. Turn it off. Turn social media off. Sometimes, hey, that's enough social media for today. That's enough. Because it's just toxic, bro. And a lot of it is just rage bait. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't even know how to deal with y'all emotions. For real. You sad, you angry, do some push-ups. Do some sit-ups. Go ahead. Hey, draw a picture or something. Draw it out. Write it out. It's called having an outlet for stuff. But what is this the culture of just eating just to eat, living to eat when we should eat to live? That's madness. But nevertheless, man, I mean, that's just sickening, man. Oh, I just eat when I'm bored or when I'm sad or when I'm upset. It comforts me. You just eat. You just feed your face. It's ridiculous. Now I get that there are different body types, and some people are born a little bit bigger than other people, just simply based off genetics. That I understand, but it's some stuff is just out of hand, man. It really is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna show you something. See, when I was coming up, and I'm not even that old. When I was coming up in school, PE, gym, all of that, class, regular sit down class, it was only one fat kid in the whole school. It was only one. It was only one out of like hundreds of us. It was only one fat kid. You can't say the same for these kids now. These kids ain't going outside. These kids ain't running, playing tag, playing it. These kids ain't doing none of the stuff we was doing. What was we playing? All kinds of games we used to play outside. We used to be outside riding bikes. We used to be outside, bro. These kids is on TikTok and Fortnite. They not getting no exercise. They not doing. You see what I'm saying? When I was their age, bro, it was only one fat kid in school. I could have sworn just one out of hundreds, out of maybe 1,000 or just under. Now, bro, smoked. The U.S. of A. has a very serious obesity issue, man. A very serious obesity issue. You got some people, man. I seen one guy on it's it, man. I seen one guy just scrolling on media one time, and man, this man was almost 1,000 pounds, man. He hopped on that scale. It said like 990 something. Man, I'm done, bro. I'm signing off. That's it. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.